This story takes place probably around 2010. I was living in New York, in Brooklyn. I was working as a freelance production assistant, and one day my friend Bree, who used to hire me a lot, calls me up, and she asks me if I'm available. She just needs like an extra hand on set or something. And I was, so I headed over off of Union Square, and I popped into the motorhome where Bree was and said, "What's up?" And she told me set was just across the sidewalk in this little nail salon. So I headed over there, and I went in, and you know, it was a small place, and there's some crew milling about. And in the back is James Gandolfini. And he's like lounging in this chair in like this white robe, and he's getting a mani-pedi. So he's got two women working his feet and two women on his hands. And also there was this photographer, Cobra Snake. And Cobra Snake was pretty popular at the time for this like New York City party scene photography of like young, drunk 20-somethings, like high flash photography. And so he grabs his camera and he heads back towards Gandolfini. And he, you know, starts taking some photos. And you can tell Gandolfini's like annoyed, but he's like trying to ignore him. And Cobra Snake like is taking more photos, and his flash is going off. And like Gandolfini's getting more annoyed, and he's like, you know, that's enough. And I'm looking around, and like no one seems to see this but me. Like no one's reacting. And Cobra Snake's still taking these photos. His flash is like still going off, and like Gandolfini's getting angrier and angrier. And I'm like starting to freak out, because I'm like, do I need to like step in? Do I need to like, you know, tell Cobra Snake to back off? Like, it's James Gandolfini. When he tells you to stop, you stop. And Cobra Snake's still taking these photos, and Gandolfini finally just like loses it, and he's like, "Motherfucker, I said that's enough." And he gets up and he like lunges at Cobra Snake, and the women are like trying to hold him back, and Cobra Snake starts backpedaling, but like the whole time he's still taking photos, and Gandolfini's just charging at him, and Cobra Snake backpedals like all the way to where I am at the front door, and he finally stops, and he like puts down his camera, and he kind of lets out this like goofy laugh. And James Gandolfini's there, and he's huffing and puffing, and he's breathing all deep, and he's like, "All right, let's go again."
Cut, let's go again.
And that was the moment that I realized James Gandolfini was just acting.